right, so I always say that divine can't be called anything else but the highest aspect of retrospect. So me using divine is only a level of respect, but that's still not good enough, right? So I always apologize when I say it, when I speak to the divine and I say divine. Man has a way of formulating values for themselves, and that's ego no matter what. So your job is to strip it in every form and fashion. It's not how you see things, it's the divine way, and the universe is conducted out of the divine way from the center of it. So there's universal principle, which is formulated off the divine frequency that is pushed from the center, the source of all things. Now, with that being said, you're supposed to be in alignment and working to grow to the alignment of divinity. So no matter what, you don't get a chance to deal in the retrospect where manipulation plays a part and the tag doesn't fit you, like saying that's not a polo shirt. No, that's what you are. When you deal with these values, you are illuminating the essence of the opposite. So just say, for example, you got, every form of authority, the bosses of everything, you know what I'm saying? Like judges, teachers, managers, whatever. Well, the reason why they're the boss is because they were made the head. The head's supposed to be the divine understanding and shit. So then out of the divine understanding, you could tell if the head ain't working right. And also out of the retrospect of how you supposed to follow in that pretense of being under the divine, you can tell how the workers is working. Same thing if you was in a court situation, like most lawyers is decisive, you know what I'm saying? So they hit you with the most wickedest shit just to win. And sometimes they helping the person who's wrong win. You gotta be keen, yo, and you gotta be sharp. See, divinity doesn't fall far from the actuality of how things supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll never fall short. What falls short is how you connect to that value and understand the placement you're supposed to be the placement you're supposed to be representing as an image. So then you got people that's scared to be themselves because they don't feel their image fit the value of what they want to be in life. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. That's just you and your own energy mad because who you is. Don't matter what's on you. It's still what's in you that matters. You know what I'm saying? So people go out here and try to put on all these different values to see themselves in a different way, but it ain't what you put on you. It ain't how you look from the surface. It's what's in you. You know what I mean? And if it's been in you, then it's in your bloodstream. That means that shit gonna come out you naturally. You know what I mean? You ain't got to try to do this. So that means if you ain't supposed to be doing this and you trying to do this, that means you're selling the world short for what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's simple science, yo. Like, and nobody wanna really sit down and say, yo, I overstand. I overstand. Let me get in my lane. Let me find out what my lane is. And you find out what your lane is by looking at the things you deal with in retrospect to another value. Like you always gonna fight yourself. So how do you learn about what's best for you? The things you run for. The things you run for that's easier, that shit ain't good for you because it's easy to get. You know what I'm saying? Go find something that's a little better. And when you find something that's better, watch that value change for you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be it's like eating sour shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you really don't like sour shit, but sour might be good for you. You know what I'm saying? It's always the flesh against the spirit. You gotta understand that. You know what I mean? And spirituality is the true universal job. You know what I'm saying? It's the true job of life. It's the responsibility of everything created in the universal principle under the guise of the divine understanding. That's the job placement. You know what I'm saying? So faces the faces is just gonna let it play out how it play out because they know you gonna run that stream down, you gonna run that energy out. And you know if you ain't connected to the source of all energies and constantly using that divine unconditional love, your energy flow gonna run out either way. Because it's not a source of continuance to it. You know what I'm saying? The whole world is filling up with divine energy. Go back to my incremental sciences, you'll see that. Go check out them incremental sciences. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know people be stealing, trying to go to my classes and teach off the shit I did and don't want to give credit. Well, divine see everything. You know what I mean? And it don't never work out for the spiritual aspect of things. I just wanted to come through and drop a jewel on y'all real quick. You gotta understand, like, it's telltale. I ain't nobody gotta say that somebody's doing something wrong. I don't have to point out anything. The truth is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy to start seeing the truth. You know what I mean? Once you stand in a certain particular understanding of universal conductivity. You know what I mean? So, and you just know that the universal conductivity is formulated off divine guidance. So that means everything should be formulated off divine guidance. You know what I mean? It's not a man that can stand over on divine guidance. So man's understanding don't reach that principle. You know what I'm saying? So it's more like what you're trying to do. It's more like why you said that. Why you say it like that. You know what I'm saying? Why you chose those words. You know what I'm saying? To speak to something that's indifferent to a value. You know what I mean? Like these things stand like, and once you get comfortable with understanding that it's divine guidance against man's understanding of how they want to move, particularly through the world. Once you understand that, you're gonna see it in a whole nother light. It's like the light's really gonna come on. But right now, most people still walking around in darkness because they believe that formulation is gonna come to fruition no matter what you're trying to think or do. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to satisfy. You think that's what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? You got to get comfortable in the space of letting divine do what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I ain't gonna hold you. You already know the vibes. Naga.